You're right. Look at that beard, by the way. Ooh, actually, I was going to say look at Ross's, but I think I like Peter's more. It's tough. It's close. I would say it's close. Don't know which one is my favorite, but it's close. It's a gemstone mine. That's a faithless looting. 2 cards on the way. Let's see what Ross is going to put into the graveyard here. Loams, plural. Let's go to Pieter Tubergen.
So Loam is a better dredger once you pivot more into the mid game, as dredging Loam a lot and firing up a big Confligate through it is often how this deck closes out games. Early on, not the best one, because it just doesn't dredge for a whole lot. Ooh, hold on.
I thought it was an invocation. It's an invention.
Invention on the battlefield.
What is that? What's the other one?
I have no idea. There's a Mox, and is that a Ravager?
I think it's a Steel Overseer.
They did not. I don't.
It's an Overseer.
They made a invention Steel Overseer.
Apparently.
Okay, whatever.
Mox Ornithopter, Drum, Glimmervoid, Steel Overseer. Man, I thought it was an invocation free win. Yep, there you go.
Weird. Okay.
Why is that weird? It just got Dark Blasted. That might be weird.
It's just not. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense if the whole theme is artifact centric. That's a very cares about artifact design.
Kaladesh, you know. Well, Ross doesn't have a second land. There's a Massive Ethereum. I'm just going to pass the turn back. Merriam will draw. He can't dredge. He needs to draw. He drew a Prize Amalgam. Well, this is going to be the hard way to do it, which is use that to Faithless Looting and find lands.
I was wondering, why did Ross not dredge his Loam? And it's like, oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
Because he did not have lands.
He does not have lands. Ross. He used a land to try to find a land. What do you think about that?
So...
You're going to discard Bloodghast and Prize Amalgam?
Doesn't even have a land.
Go.
All right.
We might be done here this game. There's another Massive Ethereum. It's not going to take long.
I'm going to be really upset if I don't get Dredge 3 or more off the bingo, because Ross kept hands that were so bad that he couldn't even dredge.
Ross will draw a card. He will draw a card. Pull out your shot. No dredge that game.
What on earth was that?
No dredge that game for Ross Merriam, as Pieter Tubergen going to win game number 1 here over Ross Merriam. Affinity up a game over dredge. Well.
He didn't even have a Bloodghast or an Amalgam he discarded. What was that hand? He discarded 2 Loams.
Well, yeah, he discarded 2 Loams first, discarded Bloodghast and Amalgam later. I think he just tried to looting into a land. That's all.
Okay, well.
That's not crazy,
sure.
Right?
Well, it's just, it's also that his dredge is so slow. If it was Stinkweed Imp, then that's different.
Yeah,
then that's a lot of gas.
I think his opening hand had 2 lootings, and then when Peter went, turn 1 stuff,
he had to cast the Dark Blast
that thing, and then ends up being in bad shape. So I think that's all that happened. All right, we'll analyze and take a look at sideboards on stuff in just a moment, but we got here a couple messages from our sponsors. So, game 2 between Pieter Tubergen and Ross Merriam. Affinity very quickly up a game here over Dredge, but Ross is let's see if he can do a little bit better. He's got a sideboard, 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Lightning Axe, 2 Leyline of the Void, 2 Collective Brutality, 2 Ancient Grudge. That's an obvious one. Well, it's 2 Nature's Claims and a Ghost Quarter, excuse me.
Ghost Quarter, Nature's Claim, Ancient Grudge, and the Lightning Axes. All great.
Wow, that's 3, 7, that's 8. You could probably find 8 cards to get out of here, most likely. You can play this deck for a while,
tough.
too.
I mean, the deck's just a lot of engine. And, cutting the Dredgers is tough. Cutting the Dark Blast and Conflict are tough. Cutting the spells are tough. I don't know how you make room for everything. Maybe you just do some shaving. But he's got really good options here. The anti-artifact stuff, the anti-cruiser stuff, I think are all very good.
For Pieter Tubergen, 3-Edge Champion, 2 Gear Power Aether Grid, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Stubborn Denial, a Dispatch, a Rest in Peace, a Thalia Guardian of Thraben, a Vandal Blast, a Blood Moon, and a Grafdigger's Cage.
I like the 3 copies of Edge Champion in this matchup. It can hold down the ground against a lot of Merriam's pressure. Also a great thing to put a plating on. The Rest in Peace and the Grafdigger's Cage, very naturally suited for this as well.
Both players with decent cards to bring in here, I'd say.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll be getting ready here for game number 2 in just a moment between Merriam and Tubergen. Now on my board here, I have Conflagrate deals 2 or more damage for the win. For the bingo win, straight up, and that's basically all I get for this matchup. I guess Collective Brutality cast using 2 modes, but I'd be surprised if Ross brings it in. For you, you have Dredge 3 or more. Anything else?
That can happen here.
Yeah. A little comeback tail. Maybe.
I mean, maybe Peter's got some oddball Expedition in his deck. I don't know about.
That'd be a surprise.
Expedition Glimmer Post or whatever.
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think so either. But I didn't know Invention Steel Overseer was a thing.
That's true.
I
actually don't have any idea a list of the invocations. And every time
inventions?
No, invocations.
Oh, invocations.
And every time someone plays an invention, I'm like, that's not one.
So the invocations, I'm trying to think of, the iconic ones for Eternal formats. Force of Will was one. Daze was one.
Okay.
Thoughtseize, Blood Moon, Damnation.
Okay.
Wrath of God, I think.
That sounds right.
Spell Pierce.
That sounds right. Invocations are what? Amonkhet?
Yeah, the Nicol Bolas.
Okay.
That style.
Okay, got it. That makes some sense. Probably nothing in this matchup, though. It's got a little feeling. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
But I don't know the list.
Yeah, I don't know the list either. I don't see either. Know it when I see it, and then I'll get it wrong because it's an invention or an expedition. All right, Merriam's happy. Tubergen's happy. Let's do it. Arid Mesa going to bring Ross down to 19. We'll see how much lower he's going to go. You see the Grudge. Looks like he's going to come down to 17. Stomping Ground, perhaps, or Blood Crypt? It's... Nope. Just kidding. He doesn't even know. First time playing Dredge. All right, it's Blood Crypt. Ross does have an open win with Dredge already. Last year, SCG Syracuse, when the deck kind of finally hit the scene. I think Todd Anderson and Tom Ross all played it to very good finishes in Syracuse. There's Faithless Looting. 2 cards on the way. Another Faithless Looting and Copperline Gorge. He's going to discard Life from the Loam, and it looks like Narcomoeba. Not the best discards there for Merriam as we're going to go over to Tubergen and see how explosive of a first turn he can have. You think Ross is going to dredge that loam?
I'm hoping.
I think he's going to take a draw step. There's a Welding Jar, Citadel, Ornithopter, Grafdigger's Cage.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, man.
He's got one of those, right?
Yeah. How many would you play?
I don't know.
I think he can still dredge.
And he's got Welding Jar to cover it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep. Ross going to draw. Yeah. Ross going to draw a card.
Ross is just going to get rinsed 2 games in a row and never dredge once. And that'll be the end of bingo. Yeah. That'll be the end of it.
There's another Faithless Looting. He ain't casting Conflagrate from the graveyard.
The Welding Jar with the Grafdigger's Cage.
That's really good.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's really good. Nice ancient grudge, buddy. All right, time to discard 2 here for Merriam. Now, the only thing Tubergen's missing here is a clock. He's just got a lone Ornithopter, which isn't going to get anything done. Merriam going to discard Bloodghast and Stomping Ground. Okay. Copperline Gorge. Trigger. Nope. Pass. He didn't forget. Grab Trigger's Cage. Got to make it the Bloodghast trigger is useless.
So another question here is just, does Tubergen have anything to apply pressure with?
Blinkmoth Nexus sort of answers that question.
A little faster than that.
Yeah, that would be better. How's that? Archon Ravager okay?
I prefer plating, but...
Yeah, well, most Affinity players do too. Could be time for Nature's Claim. Or Lightning Axe. There's Nature's Claim on the Ravager. All right.
I like just letting that go.
Yep.
It's no...
Get your life, get your modular on the Ornithopter, pass the turn back. So we head over to Merriam as Tubergen goes up to 24. Rossel sacrifices Bloodstained Mire. You see the way he fans his graveyard out in front of him, because when you're playing Dredge, your graveyard is basically an extension of your hand.
A little bit easier for both players to be tracking this way.
Just curious to see if maybe Merriam's going to go for a Stinkweed Imp this turn. Yeah, nope. I think he was thinking about flashing back Faithless Looting, and that's not gonna happen.
His hand is a Narcomoeba, a Lightning Axe, and a Dark Blast.
Yeah, I think he could flash. I think he thought he could flash back Faithless Looting, just kind of instinctually, and he can't do that because of Graf Digger's Cage.
Yeah, as long as Tubergen holds this Welding Jar up to cover the Graf Digger's Cage, Merriam needs to draw a lot in a row to even get the ball rolling.
There's Cranial Plating. Well, I've got a very strong feeling that you see how the cage is on top of the Welding Jar?
Yeah.
Like they're a team.
Right.
They are never leaving each other.
It's like when Joe Lissette puts the top underneath the
counterbalance.
counterbalance.
Yeah. We're here now.
Yeah.
My combination is in play, and they're not leaving.
Let's go ahead and leave Kobe Shack off to the side.
Yeah.
And we'll focus on what's happening outside of that.
Pretty much. Merriam, I didn't get a. He drew he got Golgari Thug.
Oh, is that some alternate art?
Yeah, it's from some set. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Just
definitely a design that demands a promo version. a beloved design.
Yeah. There are other copies of Stinkweed Imp too. I think those are I think he plays the non-Ravnica Stinkweed Imps. See, this is so. When I watch this from Peter, makes me want to play Affinity. Every time I see like an Affinity player just smash someone, I'm like, this deck looks unbeatable.
Yeah, why am I not doing this?
Yeah, why am I not just doing this? Like, you know, I have a bunch of Ravagers, I have Cranial Plating. You know, I have
Ross drew a Disenchant.
Doesn't matter. Not even close to mattering. I just want to do this now. Yeah, I just want to do this. But it feels like it's actually kind of what you said yesterday when we were talking about the format, where when you're losing, it feels like your deck is the worst deck in the world.
Yep.
And you're getting smushed. And when you're beating someone, you are rolling them. Here's Dark Blast. All right. So I like the way he manages Ravagers too. He's just like, fine. Here's a Lightning Axe. Ugh.
Oh. No. Stubborn Denial.
Oh, boy. Pieter Tubergen.
Stubborn Denial is assuming a lot about how good your draw is. Does he have Mirror Enforcer?
Boy, that was a beating.
I'm serious.
That was a beating. Fire Blink Moth Nexus. Here we come. There's Lightning Axe going to try to take. Is there another Stubborn Denial here? It could jar.
No, don't let Ross break out. He has no hand, he can't dredge, as long as you have Welding Jar and Grafdigger's Cage.
All right. What's this? What is this? Oh, is that Heart of Gear Pow? Is that what that is? Yeah, Hope of Gear Pow. Yeah, it is. Another Lightning Axe, and that's going to do it. Pieter Tubergen is going to win this match here over Ross Merriam. 2-0. Number of dredges by Ross?
0. Didn't dredge.
0 dredges accomplished.
He was on the play both
games.
Yeah.
Faithless Looting, turn 1, discarding dredge cards. Both games.